H-1B visa announcement represents a new front in the Trump administration's escalating economic pressure on India, with anger and confusion gripping the Indian and Chinese workers. The moot question being if the move is a loss for India alone or also America. Even more so after the Trump administration's latest move to exempt doctors from the $100,000 H-1B visa application fee, raising the question if this exemption is a reflection of Trump's ill-conceived policy. Even more so after pushback from medical organizations. The fee has clearly arrived as a threat to healthcare accessibility, especially in rural areas of America. The H-1B visa program is a vital tool in hospital and healthcare systems, even more so in remote parts of the country where there's already a severe scarcity of medical professionals. In fact, many healthcare employers sponsor medical residents and other physicians in the United States. Now you may ask, how are they able to do so? Answer, only by using the H-1B program. Naturally, a $100,000 fee for each H-1B visa application could significantly increase the labor costs for large medical systems. Sample this. The federal data from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service reveals that high-profile health systems such as Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital are among the industry's top sponsors of H-1B visas. So much so, Mayo alone has more than 300 approved visas, translating to millions in additional costs. According to the order, the current H-1B visa holders have been exempted from this fee, but they must re-enter the U.S. before September 21, 2025 if they have been abroad for 12 months or longer. Also, the visa restrictions do not apply if the Secretary of Homeland Security determines that the worker does not pose a threat to U.S. national security, meaning it gives the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security the authority to waive off the $100,000 fee for H-1B workers, even industries. That is, if the department feels they are vital to the U.S. economy, security, and public welfare. So these exemptions bear testimony to Trump's fear of a potential backlash within the United States, with many economists asking if post-industrial Americans are even prepared to replace cheap labor from India and China. Moreover, it's the poor orchestration of the policy that's calling for attention, especially the confusion that's ensued after Trump signed the proclamation on Friday, with questions surrounding the mere implementation of this new application fee rising as well. Questions are lingering on over how the new visa fee rules will be implemented. It all began on Friday when U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick endorsed his president's announcement that all companies would have to pay $100,000 per year for H-1B work visa holders.
So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land, train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here, $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it.
Precisely hours later on Saturday, the White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt went into damage control. She made a different announcement on X, even as India's foreign ministry hit back with its own release. Leavitt highlighted that the $100,000 was not an annual fee, but a one-time payment that would be applied to each petition. And more importantly, that the order is applied only to new applicants, meaning holders of existing visas or to those seeking permit renewals were exempted. That was the first exemption itself. But the new amped-up fee for large multinationals will imply shifting more work offshore. That will also limit U.S. sponsorship to the most senior or specialized roles. And for startups and mid-sized firms, the price tag may just mean the end of H-1B hiring. It should be noted that Indian professionals comprise approximately 72% of all approved H-1B visas. That makes them the backbone of America's strategy to address talent shortages in critical STEM. Now you may ask, what's that? It means fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In fact, they fill gaps in areas where domestic talent supply consistently falls short of demand. with H-1B workers and their families injecting approximately $86 billion into the US economy. This through wages, consumption and investment. The most striking evidence of the success of Indians is visible across the top leadership of today's tech giants. Microsoft's Satya Nadella, Alphabet's Sundar Pichai, IBM's Arvind Krishna and Adobe's Shantanu Narayan, all born in India and earned degrees from American universities. Raising the question, how well thought out is Trump's amping of the H-1B visa fee? Who stands to bear the brunt? India, China, or also the United States?
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.